Well, that was the wrong entrance. Let me get the right one going here, folks, because some of you will make comments about me. So let's do this. Here we go. Hello, friends. Uncle Marv here, and welcome to my Amazon Live Black Friday show. This is day 2, and it's going to be a fantastic day. I have my good friend Don Sizer sitting in the green room ready to join us. And for those of you that this is your first time visiting, welcome. So this is a show that I started doing a few years ago, and it's a way to have me promote my Amazon link. For those that do not know me, if you're here for the first time, my name is Marvin. I run an IT services company in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm also a podcaster, and you may have seen some of my shows. I've got the IT business podcast up there. I also do an unhealthy and an unfamous podcast on the personal side. So some of you from the beach may be joining us and saying hello. And this is a way that I can ask you guys to support the shows by just simply shopping on Amazon as you normally do, except that I ask you to go to the website and click my link. My Amazon link will take you to an Amazon store. And as long as you start there, whatever you purchase will give me an opportunity to make a little bit of commission for the show. And so the Black Friday preview show is just simply where I bring my friends on and we talk about either gifts that we've purchased over the year that might be of interest to other people, or they might be something that's on our wish list that we would like to either get for ourselves or have people get for us, those types of things. So the items that you see today, don't worry about it. If you're like, I'm not interested in that, don't worry about it. But if you are, I'm going to provide QR codes and links here. If you are watching on YouTube or the Facebook, the links will actually show up in the comments and you'll be able to use them there. You'll also see a QR code that will be on the screen for each item. And if you want to go over to that home page on Amazon, if you go down to the middle, there's a thing called, excuse me, live streams, where you can actually follow along on Amazon and it will list all of the items that we're displaying there. So a lot of different ways that you can do this. And again, just something to support the show and give you guys something to think about for the holidays. Excuse me while I let me clear my throat. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And let me bring out my friend that I mentioned earlier, Don Sizer from Third Element Consulting, another IT person out of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
You're in between Philly and Pittsburgh. So which football team do you root for?
The Green Bay Packers.
That makes no sense.
Total sense.
Okay. Are you from Green Bay?
No, both. So both sides of so my mom's family is from Upper Michigan, and then my husband's family is from Wisconsin. So that's where that's coming from. Otherwise, we would be a Steelers fan because my dad's actually from Western PA.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Well, as long as you're not a Philly fan, because that was
right.
Yeah.
Sorry, George.
So Dawn is a good friend of mine. She's been on my shows. I've been on hers. We see each other from time to time out in the channel at industry events, and she's become a good friend. And thank you, Dawn, for coming on and sharing some of your stuff here. So, people, you've seen the QR code if you're watching in the live stream that has popped up there. That is to go to my Amazon page. So, told you we're going to be doing some great stuff here. Don, let's go ahead and get started. And before we do, I'm going to ask you the list that you provided.
Mhm.
It's a big list.
It is a big list.
Are these all things that you've gotten, or all things that you would like to get, or things that you believe are just going to be great gifts for people?
So these are all things that I've purchased throughout the year, and they are good purchases as far as I am concerned, and I'm more than happy to chit chat about any of them. So it's one of those where maybe it's something that you've either thought about or wanted on your wish list, but you just weren't sure if it was a good thing, if it's not a good thing, if it worked, if it didn't. Because you go out to Amazon and you're like, maybe that's okay, maybe it's not. You're looking at the reviews, like, who's got one?
Right.
We all do this, right? And then suddenly you see somebody with it and you're like, oh, how's that thing? Well, this
Yeah.
is your time to do that. How's that thing? Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay. What would you like to start with first?
Let's start with the Plaud, I think.
The
That's the
Plaud.
the Plaud.
So there it is, the AI voice recorder.
Yeah, so this thing is absolutely amazing. What it allows you to do, any meeting, any scenario that you're going into, even if you're going to an industry event and you have a really good keynote speaker and you want to be able to basically, hit record, it will summarize the entire thing for you. It will give you the transcript. It will do all kinds of really cool things. But what we've been using it for is a lot of our QBRs. It will allow you to go through the entire QBR. It gives you a really nice summary list and then send it directly back to the client right after the fact. So you don't have to spend all of that time, rehashing all of your notes and things along those lines. So we really like.
Let me do this. Let me go back and just stop you because we're going to have some non-technical people watching. Uh,
Yeah.
so just real quick, explain what a QBR is.
A quarterly business review, or you can call them whatever you want. But usually, quarterly, we meet with all of our clients and kind of, how's business going? What does that look like for you? What's upcoming in the next quarter for you? What do we need to plan for? All of those conversations around their business and how we can wrap technology around their business to empower it, make it better, improve efficiency, that kind of thing.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I actually found a video that I want to play while we are talking about this. Let me switch over to that and then take off that, put us back here. So, Plaud Ultimate Note Taking AI Voice Recorder. So, let me ask this: it looks like it attaches to the phone. So, does it work with the phone in tandem? How does that work?
So it can work completely separate from the phone, or it can actually record the call as you're on the call as well.
Okay.
So two different ways of going at it.
So, does it connect Bluetooth or?
So it does connect Bluetooth into your phone and via an app. So no data is gone to Chat GPT, if you will. It's all done on the app.
All right. And just so that people know, you can buy it with free minutes. There's so many minutes that it will record. If you like to have more minutes, you can actually purchase a plan, depending on how many minutes you need per month, right?
Correct. I
Okay.
have I have exceeded my minutes already, so I have purchased the plan.
Okay. So it looks like I'm watching the video here, just a simple recording. Now, how does it actually send you the transcripts?
Yeah, so the way it works, in fact, I'll pull up my app even.
All right. Let me
Y-
stop the video here because,
yeah,
or you probably can't show us your app, can you?
I can actually. I'm going to show you what a keynote looked like from an event.
Okay.
So here we go. So there's my information from that particular keynote. This is after it's been transcribed, and sorry, it's backwards, folks. But it tells you who it was, what the theme was, what the key takeaways were. It actually will do highlights, chapter and topics of everything that went on through all of that. And then towards the end, it will even give you additional information via suggestions of things that you should think about. So
Nice.
it's really great as a summary tool. And especially if you wanted to take notes across a specific thing, it gives you the ability to be in the moment, really be actively listening, and let that do its thing. So
All right, very nice. That is very cool, and it looks like it is on a Black Friday special
it
for
is.
127. So for those of you that are wondering if that's the normal price, nope, the normal price is
It's like 160.
160, 159. So very nice there. And of course, it looks like I've put it in the chat twice, folks, because I took it off and put it back, but you'll understand there. So going to my stuff. So I don't have anything as cool as that, but something I did have to purchase, and I think for those of you that are office folks, you'll understand. I have gone through, I think, a chair a year for the last 5 years. And I used to get all of my office chairs from Office Depot, and we would get the cheap $100 chairs, and sometimes they last, sometimes not. But then I decided, you know what? I want to go ergonomic. I want to have a thing with the back. I want to have a little lumbar thing. Uh, I actually, on this particular chair, I did use the headrest thing, but actually, I never, I
You,
never.
you don't rock back.
Well, I do, but my head doesn't hit the thing the way that the chair is.
Ah,
Uh, but here's the thing. So I went through this thing where I actually 3 years ago, I went and bought one of those name brands that was
oh,
$499,
ooh,
and it only lasted a year.
no.
And I got frustrated. And what it was is the arm of the chair broke because, when you turn and you do all this stuff, at first it got wobbly. And then I have to go in and tighten it. And then it just broke and the screw broke. And I was like, well, that just sucks.
Yeah,
So this is the last one that I have purchased. And it seems to, it's lasted me a year and a half. Very nice, very sturdy. And actually, can I open this up myself here in my thing? No, I can't. So I have to go type it in the other side there. So, but it's pretty good. It's a decent chair. It's only 184 bucks, as you can see there, and the lumbar is actually pretty good. Now, it's not the chair I have here right now. That's actually in my office on the other side of the building, but that's my purchase. Anybody looking for chairs? That's a good one to get.
that's always a good talking point. I know so many people are like, I have this chair, I have that chair.
Yeah. Well, and everybody wants to do the gaming chairs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
can't do that. I'm not a gamer, and I never thought I would get a chair with this high a back and the head thing and spend that kind of money. But again, this one's only 184, and it's kind of rivaled the big ones that I got for the 499.
Nice.
All right, what's next on your list that you want to bring up?
Let's talk about Dirt Reynolds. I think that's a really good one. The Robo Rock. Yeah. So so we bought this and we got it for home. For those of you that know me, we have the two dogs, and there's always dog fluff everywhere, and I don't like dirt. So we got this thing. We named him Dirt Reynolds, and he does his thing all day, every day, and it does a really good job. Plus, it doesn't get dusty or anything else because it actually has bags in it, which I really like. But cleaning is good. It does the thing really quick, and we've never had an issue with it. So it knows when it goes over a carpet. There's all kinds of really cool stuff with it. So this one's probably, again, you can name them whatever you like, but if you haven't named yours Dirt Reynolds, like you're missing out an opportunity there for chuckles every time it runs.
Yeah. So I just updated the link there. So this is a Black Friday special, and I can't find my glasses. How can you find your glasses if you can't see your glasses, right?
Yeah, right?
So the Q5 Max. Now, of course, everybody's going to ask, that's almost the same price as an iRobot.
Hmm.
Um, I know that you're not, an influencer where you've, compared the two, but have you had to, tell people what is, special about this?
So we had a shark previously, and what
Okay.
I can tell you is that um, Shark Lock Reynolds or Shark Lock Holmes was the other one that we had, and the tires on it weren't as nice. The little arms on it weren't as nice. Um, I have a pit bull and he doesn't like vacuum cleaners, and occasionally he would like haul it off to the corner and scream at it. So this one's a little heavier duty. The Robo Rock is a little heavier duty as far as that goes. But like I said, the cleaning arms I think are a little bit nicer. It has parts that you can get that you can replace them on the regular, things along those lines. But we haven't
Right.
had to do that. This one's the one that we have downstairs has been in service for about 9 months at this point, and still going strong with the pit bull occasionally attacking it. So
All
it's
right.
it's it's going pretty good.
Now, does it do all the same stuff where it will, memorize a
It
path
does. Yeah.
and come back to home when it's done? And does it notice if there's something new that's not, like, hey, this wasn't here last time I vacuumed? Does it go around it? How does that work?
It does. What's really interesting, like if I'm in the kitchen and, making dinner or whatever, and it's running, it'll know that I'm there. So it'll go through its cleaning process and it'll actually come back and see if I'm still there, and then it'll clean in that space. So not only does it know when things have moved, but it knows where it hasn't vacuumed yet, and it'll come back and try to vacuum again.
All right. Maximum runtime, 240 minutes. That's actually pretty good. Now,
Yeah.
a lot of them, you pretty much have to confine it to a room or maybe a second room if there's a big enough opening and stuff like that. How much of your house does this support?
The entire downstairs of a 2,800 square foot home.
Okay.
Yeah. So it does pretty good. Now we don't have carpet, to be fair. We have
Mhm.
some rugs in places, but we don't have like heavy duty carpet, which that's going to drain the battery out a little bit more because the suction, as soon as it hits any type of carpet, the suction actually speeds up a little bit or goes more direct. So you can hear the difference between regular floors and carpet with this
Right.
one.
Okay.
It has lidar. It's exciting.
It looks like that. And oh, does your dog ride a skateboard?
Not yet. Not yet. Got to figure out if I can convince him to do that. That would be fun.
All right. Oh, that was an interesting thing it showed on the video too. Does it do spot cleaning?
It can. So I can tell Alexa to send Dart Reynolds out and clean specific rooms even.
Okay. Very nice. And how long have you had it?
About 9 months on this one.
9 months. All right. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Dirt Reynolds.
Dart Reynolds. Yeah.
Very nice. Let's see. What do I want to bring up next? Let me bring up something. All right. I'm going to bring this up only because we did have to make a big purchase for the pool this year. And let's see. I'm actually typing in the Amazon to bring it up over there as well. So we have an outdoor pool in Florida, and Florida pools are horrible to clean. It was a requirement that Kim had that we had to have a pool at the house, and I really was hoping we would not have to do it, but we found the right house and the right number. And I'm sorry, I was looking to see if this is a Black Friday deal, but it appears that it is not. But
Ooh, that is salty.
it is. But let me explain. So one of the things that if you have a pool and you just go out and get the cheapest motor, the pool motor to run your filter and stuff, it's just going to run at one speed. It's going to run high, fast all the time. And we did have that in the beginning, and we had the little Barracuda flapper thing that did that
Do that again. That was funny. I like that.
little flapper thing, and it was fine. But when our pool pump went out and we were looking around, the most efficient were the variable speed pumps. And so we said, okay, we'll get that. Well, then we had to get a variable speed suction cleaner. And of all the ones we looked at, this was the one that actually turned out to be the best. And we actually got one probably 6 years ago, and we just had to replace it. And it does great because it will, obviously at the high speeds, do very well, clean very fast, but even at lower speeds. So, we don't have to run our pool pump on high the whole time. A lot of times you can just run it at like 50% just to kind of do whatever. And it makes a big difference on the electricity.
So this is a dumb question for somebody
Yeah.
that hasn't had a pool since they were a kid.
Okay.
Um, is this the one that you have to like put a stick on and do it yourself, or can you just toss it in the pool and it just runs on its own?
You toss it in the pool and let it do its thing. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and
Because I
do
mean
that.
that would be a requirement from me, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So like if
So
I'm going to pay $500 for something, it better it better do something on its own.
what you do is you attach it to the hose that goes into the suction
Yeah,
part of your cleaner. So it just
nice.
runs all day and it sucks up the bottom of your pool. The only downside is you may have to skim the top of your pool, for any leaves or stuff that goes in there. So it just, clips to the end of the hose and then, runs all
Nice.
day when your pool is up and going. And there were no videos on here, or else I'd show you how it
Okay,
worked.
cool. How many little
But
lizards
no,
have
it's
been
not.
hurt by the pool cleaner?
Not many, not many. Just probably one or two a year.
One or two? Okay, good.
There was a frog in there a while back.
Did you save him?
No,
No. Oh, poor
I'm
froggy.
I'm sure it had been in there because actually when it sucks
Oh,
up, it actually goes into a container. I only clean the container, once a week.
okay.
So
He had
it's
no hope at that point.
yeah. So it was in with a whole bunch of other leaves and dirt and stuff. So
Aw,
it was as I was emptying out the container that I'm like, ew, what is that?
it used to be a frog. Got
Used to
it.
be a frog. So if you have a pool and you want to, have it self clean all day and you've got the suction hose, that would be one to get. All right, Don, what's next on your list?
Let's talk about the gin.
The gin.
The gin. Yeah.
Let me
There's
scroll
a
down and
there is a non-alcoholic gin that you can get from Amazon. There it is.
Pearsons Botanical Hibiscus.
Yeah, which sounds
Bro.
like, oh, it's going to be florally, and it is not actually. It's just a nice botanical. It's very clean. For those of you that like any type of gin, this is fantastic. There's no alcohol in it, so if you're trying to cut down, by all means. But this and some Canada Dry Zero makes a phenomenal little non-alcoholic drink, and you don't know that you're not having alcohol because it tastes like gin.
Really?
Yeah,
Look at all these different flavors on here. There's rhubarb and ginger.
which is spicy. It's
There's
good. Yeah, the plain London one, the green one, is kind of boring. There's nothing wrong with it. This has just a nice flavor to it that, like I said, you don't get with for people that like gin. The botanical overlay is what you're really drinking in the gin, and some of it has that juniper piece, so you feel like you're going down the pine needle rabbit hole. You don't get that with this, you just get a really nice, clean taste. That's it.
hmm,
Yeah.
interesting. I'm trying to figure out. I can't find the link you gave me. Keeps coming up wrong, so I'm looking for a new link, and it keeps bringing me to all these others. The let's see, the London Dry you mentioned, hibiscus and lingonberry.
Yeah, so that one's probably going to be lingonberries are Swedish or Norwegian kind of thing, and they are a little strong. So that one might be a little stronger.
Okay. Let me change the link here because the link in the show doesn't seem to be working. I'm surprised nobody's screaming at me.
That's all right. It'll get you close. That's the important part.
But it's weird. It's
Hopefully they haven't discontinued it all of a sudden. That's going to make me very sad.
I was gonna say, because what I'm seeing here is not the hibiscus one that you mentioned.
No, it's the good one.
So let me just add this in here and see if this works. It's probably gonna change the thing. So let's do this. And if anybody's watching live wants to tell us whether or not this is working. So, all right, so I've got the link where it shows up the rhubarb and ginger is what comes up.
All right, cool.
So people are going to be like, that's not what it says it is.
Yeah, that's all right.
And actually, this price isn't too bad.
No, it should be like $26, $27.
$26.99. 10% discount here, I'm assuming, for Black Friday.
No, that's the standard discount.
That's a standard discount?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I was just checking to see if anybody in the chat said anything. No? Good. So what actually drove you to look for a non-alcoholic drink and then to buy it from Amazon?
Yeah, so those of you that know me, especially if you're out going to conferences and stuff like that, you know that I have a 2 drink limit. That's it. I just can't any more than that. And me and my liver have a conversation before every event. Like, come on, little buddy, you can hold on and do it. He can't anymore. So I've had to find other options. And this is one of them, especially for home. I like this one a lot. So that's what drove me to it. I'm just not processing alcohol the way that I used to. So,
Gotcha. All right.
which is sad, but it is what it is.
All right. So, Don, I'm going to take just a quick break here. I know we're coming to the bottom of the hour, but I thought that you would find this interesting. So, I don't have a live show that I'm doing this year or this week, but I am, of course, still following Florida Man.
Oh, geez.
So, I just wanted to go ahead and let you know that in the spirit of Black Friday, that a Florida woman, Marlena Velez, was arrested for allegedly stealing merchandise from a Target store using a fake barcode and subsequently posting about it on the TikTok. And that's how she got caught.
Why would you do that? Like, so funny
She's
story.
an influencer. She's an influencer. She's got 360,000 followers that need to know that you can go into Target with fake barcodes and steal.
So, funny story. We just had somebody on Facebook here locally posting in the groups about how they wanted to basically commit tax fraud. I'm like, maybe if you're going to do that, you shouldn't tell people you're going to do that,
Right.
because it was just one of those like, I just want cash under the table. I'm like, that's cool, but like, don't tell people. That's a thing. Like,
Yeah,
if you're going to break the law, friends, don't tell people you're going to break the law.
right. And the funny thing about it is it looks like she only stole 16 items that
Oh, it's so
totaled
not worth it.
$500.32.
It's so not worth it. I mean, if you're going to steal something, at least make it, really expensive things.
Well, this saved her because it's not a felony, because it's between $100 and $750. In the state of Florida, it's only a petty theft, not a felony.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
So she's already paid her $150 bond, and is scheduled to appear in court on December 10th.
Well, that's a way to
And
ruin your Christmas.
yeah, but listen, she's 22,
All right.
so she'll learn. She's got the rest of her
Well,
life to
she.
realize how to. And here's the thing: if you're an influencer and you've got 360,000 followers, shouldn't you be making enough money to be able to pay for something at Target? It'd
Apparently
be different
not.
if she was. It'd be different if she's at a high-end store. You know. Yeah.
Apparently, that's not enough followers to make that happen.
That's why I shop at the dollar store for steak knives. Oh my goodness gracious! And oh look, we have somebody in the chat, a friend of yours too,
Yes, indeed.
Giles. Hello, hello. All right, let's do one more thing here. So, do you have another item on your list?
Yeah, let's talk about the Whoop band, I think.
The Whoop. There
The
it
Whoop
is.
band. Yeah. So this is another one of those like story slash necessity items that I didn't know I needed until I needed it
Yeah.
because I had worn an Apple band, an Apple Watch for years. And even turning down most of the notifications, it was still giving me a lot of anxiety with the constant interruptions and things along those lines day in and day out. So I had to take it off. And then I realized, well, now my phone is ringing. It's not, I have no pockets because somebody decided that women's clothing should never have pockets, especially not pockets that you can put a phone in. So then I'm trying to, find a way to carry the phone around. Anyway, I wasn't getting the data that I needed to have for health tracking, for workout tracking, that kind of thing. And another one of the tech degenerates was like, hey, you should take a look at this Whoop thing. And I'm like, what is a Whoop thing? And I went out and looked at this. I was like, holy crud. I think this is what I've been looking for all of my life. So now I've gotten a purple band for mine because purple is the best color in the universe. And I wear it pretty religiously at this point. It tracks my sleep. It tracks, I use another app to coincide with it to track what I eat. It knows, exactly how much strain level I have through the day, and that monitors my stress levels, my workout levels, all of those things. And I know in the morning when it has all of my data in it, like if I recovered sufficiently enough from the day before, whether or not I'm going to have like a really good day, if I'm going to be tired through the day, I can tell just by the data that it collects what my day is going to be like that day, which is, I think, super interesting. And you can plan accordingly.
So, does it do all the same stuff as the other when it comes to like your health and fitness?
It actually does a little bit more at this point. The only thing that it wasn't doing was the step count, and they just added that in. So it's now, also counting the steps. And the really nice thing is I get about 5 days of charge on
Okay.
this. And then you can see the little charger that's like kind of above it
Hmm.
clips on to the band, and you keep wearing your band as it charges. And then you take the charger off and you go another 5 days, which is really nice.
So you charge that separately
Yeah.
and then throw it on the watch.
Yeah, the only thing that you give up is that there is no watch
I was
anymore.
going to say there's no screen.
There's no screen. Yeah, and you don't have the haptics constantly notifying you and buzzing and carrying on. The only thing that it does, like I have a wake up alarm set on mine, so it does the haptic buzzy thing when it's time for me to wake up in the morning, which also wakes up my dog usually. So it's a twofer, wakes him up too.
I see that. So just no watch, but everything else.
Yep.
Well, we're not going to listen to him.
Nobody cares what he thinks anyway.
I don't know who he is.
Me either. That's why we don't care.
Let's see. Let's see what this video does. Oh, again, him.
That guy.
What about her? So it doesn't look like there's an actual product video. It's just other people like us trying to say, hey, check this out.
Yeah, looks like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had mine for
Um,
about a year now. I'm been super happy with it.
is the band stretchy, or is it a, one of those bands that zip Velcro or whatever to make it tight or not?
So the one that comes with it, you can see how it like loops over and latches closed on her arm.
Right.
Um, so the band itself is stretchy. Now I have a slightly different variety of the band, and mine just clips on,
Okay.
so it doesn't have the like pull down piece, I guess you would say.
Gotcha.
But but I got a like third party aftermarket because it's purple and that's what I wanted. So, but it's stretchy, so it will move, but it's still, I don't want to say snug because I it doesn't bother me, but it doesn't like move as I'm moving my arm. So
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. All right. Wear 24/7. I don't know. So here's the thing. It mentions personalized coaching. Get answers to your health and fitness questions. I'm
mhm.
assuming that means that there's an app and a community that you would have to join for that. Did you do
You
that?
can. I have not done that. We have a couple of friends that have a little community that's set up inside of there, and we're cheering each other on and doing that kind of thing. But I don't necessarily need the coaching piece. I think that's a little weird. There are workouts though that you can do inside of the Whoop app, which is kind of nice. And I pair that with some of the other options that I have available to me.
Okay. All right. And let me do one more item here, but if you see me frantically panicking, it's because I'm going through and trying to check all the links that we got because they're going nowhere. So I'm going to get the correct link here and put that in. I got asked about this at one of the conferences, and sometimes people want to know, what types of items do I use for my podcast? And so most of you know that I use Rode, for most of my gear. And this is one that is a wireless mic that one, I can pair it with my mixer to record, or I can use it as a standalone interview mic and wander through the conference halls or at any event or whatever, and it will record directly into the microphone. It's got a built-in SD card. You don't take it out, but you just simply connect a cable to your computer and the app and download all of the audio there and then do whatever with it. So this is the microphone that I've been using. I got this earlier this year.
Those
And
are nice, and they're not huge either.
no, they're not. It's a standard mic. And I actually ended up getting two so that I could have a guest interview. And again, it attaches to my mixer and, then they can be separate.
But you
So
have a
it's pretty,
super fancy mixer, and it always reminds me of the Star Wars buttons because they're colored, which I love those. So
yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah. There's a lot more of those coming out now. So it's
Oh,
not,
really? Nice.
yeah. Other companies are trying to cash in on the podcaster movement. So that'd be great. Okay. Well, we're past our time. Is there any others? I mean, you sent a whole list. So as I mentioned, folks, if you're on the Amazon page, you'll see other items there. I will have to go back and verify that all the links work. So I'll get that fixed. If you're watching again on YouTube or the Facebook, I'll check those as well in the show notes and comments. And LinkedIn, you guys are out of luck if you're watching on LinkedIn. You don't get squat.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to touch on any of the other ones. I do want to make sure that everybody does go check out the big list of stuff with, whether I put it up there, whether you put it up there. There's all kinds of really cool stuff out there that other people use. And I know we all talk about it at conferences and stuff like that. But by all means, go use Marv's links. Make sure that, you're supporting the podcast and, sending a little extra cash his way for Christmas.
Yay. And that'll be good. And speaking of Christmas, will you be available for the holiday show this year
I'm always available for the holiday show. You know that.
with a one drink minimum
With the great.
and,
It's okay. I'm bringing the non-alcoholic gin. I'll be fine.
and a 2 drink maximum? All right. Well, that's it for today, folks. Again, we just wanted to get on here and give you guys a little bit of an idea of what you can get for Christmas. Of course, the bottom line is go shop, go, go do your Black Friday thing. And if you're purchasing on Amazon, use my link here. You can use the links for anything that we've shared here. And say thank you to Dawn for suggesting a lot of this stuff. And as you can see, what is
Yeah, Diana wanted to know about the
McMall?
MagBrick chargers because she's borrowed mine a couple of times. Anker makes a really good one that attaches directly to the backside of your phone and will just magnet charge direct from there. The Anker ones I've never had any issue with. The off-brand ones, they're kind of a crapshoot, but that's what I would recommend.
So the Anker MagGo power bank, is that what we're talking about there?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Let me see. Can I add something live to here? Let me see if I can. We're going on the fly, folks. Anker Go Power Mag.
And typically they'll charge at least 2 phones on one of those before you have to recharge the power bank.
So I can't add it on the fly, so I'll have to add it after the fact. We'll get that in there, but I see, actually, let me share the screen and let's make sure that this is the one that you would recommend. So I've got.
Yeah, that's the type of one. Yep.
Okay, Anker MagGo Power Bank, QI2 certified. It's got a little stand, doubly fast in a snap, 2 times faster. Smart display, 10,000 milliamp hours, 27 watts USB-C charging, and always on protection. So it does the wireless too.
It does.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. So Giles, there's your answer there, and we'll create a link for it and add it to the show so you can go purchase that for yourself. All right. Sweet. Well, that's going to do it, folks. We've got to say goodbye now, and we'll see you after the holiday. Enjoy your shopping. Please do not wake up at 6 a.m. and go to a store and trample anybody.
Or use fake barcodes.
Or
That would
use
also be
fake- Although, that may change these stores' opinions about self-checkout.
It might. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think what happens is those people at the door, they just kind of check number of items or they find one thing on the list and see if it's in the cart and then let you go.
Yep.
So they're going to have to
well.
fix that anyway. Again, folks, we'll say happy Thanksgiving, happy shopping. I will be back on Monday, 12 p.m. with Aaron Lawrence from Tech Gadgets Canada. We're going to have another show, a Cyber Monday show. So we'll talk about some additional items that may have discounts on Cyber Monday. And if you missed out on some great deals on Black Friday, Cyber Monday's there. So, Dawn, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
And on behalf of Dawn and everybody here at the IT Business Podcast, the Unhealthy Podcast, the Unfamous Podcast, blah, 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 blah. Enjoy yourselves. We'll see you soon. Don't eat too much. And until next time, holla.